The following program is sponsored by the Today's Home Remodeler television network.
Welcome to Today's Home Remodeler. I'm Stuart Keith, and on today's show, we're learning more about career opportunities in the building trades as we catch up with members of the Madison Area Builders Association. We'll learn how the Parade of Homes is being used to introduce area students to the building trades as we catch up with Amber Schrader from the MABA. Throughout the show, we'll learn the roles of different members as we meet with Al Toon, Angela Cooper, and Anna Weichart. And we'll finish up learning what traits experienced builder Dan Duran looks for when hiring new members for his home building team. So we have a lot to cover today, and we'll get started right after these messages. We hear it all the time in the media. There's a huge shortage of workers in the building trades. Well, on today's show, we'll catch up with different members of the Madison Area Builders Association to learn what they're doing to address this issue and why now the time is better than ever to consider a career in the building trades. So let's get started with Amber Schrader from the Madison Area Builders Association. Well, Amber, an exciting time of year as usual here in the Madison area. A lot of home building going on.
Yeah, we're heading into the 2016 Parade of Homes, and we're really excited to be featuring 33 homes in 7 different neighborhoods this year.
Wow, 33 homes. And you know, the Parade of Homes is so important to the Madison area, and it's a great opportunity for homeowners and builders alike to mingle, see the latest trends. But I like what you guys do as an organization. You use it beyond that. You use it as a recruiting tool to help get young adults into the building trades.
Right. Every year before the Parade of Homes, we host an event called Career Day at the Parade of Homes. We bring in local high schools to meet with the builders and their subcontractors and see the homes before they're finished, so they can really get a feel for all of the things that go into the parade. It's an opportunity for our members to speak directly with high school students and talk to them about their experience in this industry.
Boy, do you find that there's a great response? You know, a lot of times we hear that, oh, the young generation doesn't want to work. But I've seen a few around here today and in past parades, and that isn't necessarily true, is it?
I don't think it's true. I actually heard one already today that got hooked up with a member, and they're talking about being an intern for this summer. So I think they're really interested, and they want to understand what the opportunities really are. This is a really great industry to explore.
And there are a lot of opportunities. We're not talking just summer work, although that's great to get your feet wet, but we're talking career opportunities.
Yeah, this is a lifelong opportunity, and the building industry is one of the few industries in which there is a very clear and quick path to owning your own company. And starting wages start around $45,000, so it's not a silly thing to walk away from.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity, and where else can you have different scenery every day, get to work with your hands, and beyond. There's so many different facets of our economy that is dependent on the building trades.
For sure, not just homes, but also the commercial side and everything in between. And not just actually building the walls, but think about all the things that go into a home, plumbing and electricity and even interior design. That's all part of our industry.
Sure, well, I'm excited because on today's show we get to catch up with some of the different members of the MABA that help build our community, and I'm going to find out what their role is in the process.
We're really excited to have you here, and we're really excited for you to show off some of our members' work.
Well, Amber, I appreciate you coming on today's show.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, great catching up with you out here at one of the parade sites.
Absolutely.
And I was just talking to Amber, and we were talking about not only the MABA and the parade, but the need for getting young adults and high school students interested in the building trades. And before we get your opinion on that, you know, tell us a little bit about how your business is going and what we're looking at here.
Well, we're looking at one of Hart & Noble's, the Noble Builder sites. We were fortunate enough to be awarded the contract to come in and do the excavation here and pour the foundation, backfill, and get started here.
Well, you know, amongst other things, from your fine athletic career to now being an owner of Olson Toon being your business, I always thought of it as landscaping, but you just touched on something. You said excavation as well?
Absolutely. We have 7 divisions, starting with design. You know, we do all the design, we do the installation, meet with the customers, and then we started several years back, concrete division, starting with flat work. It evolved into getting into foundation walls, and then with that, we started an excavation division, so that when a potential customer calls, we can do everything, get it ready for the builder, contractors come in, build the house, and then we come back and finish it. Being a turnkey business definitely has its advantages, that's for sure. You're also a member of the Builders Association. Why is it that you decide to belong to an entity like that? Well, first off, it's a great way to collaborate with other people in the industry and talk about what the needs are in the industry, how things are going. And obviously we need workers to come into the business and figuring out how to hire new employees, where are we getting them from, where are they coming from, is there a new crop coming through? And so it's really important for us. You know, you hear what's going on out in the marketplace and what customers are looking for, both commercially and residentially. So, you know, we have to keep our ears open.
A lot of networking opportunities, not only for you and your associate members, builder members, but also for the consumer as well. You can point them in the right direction, and probably, it seems to me to make sense that if the people building my home get along and are working together,
absolutely,
it's, if nothing else, peace of mind for me. But that said, there are so many different aspects of home construction just in your company alone, now that you're into landscaping, excavation, flat work, all the different facets that you deal with. What is it like finding a competent workforce?
Well, it's very difficult, actually. It's a very specific trade. It's not an easy business. You know, you just have to have a specific mindset. And secondly, the world is becoming more digitized. There's less people getting into the construction field. With that said, construction business has grown since the recession, and so a lot of the workers that had trouble during the recession moved on and started doing something else. So there's a shortage now. So it's a challenge for us.
If I'm out there and either I'm a young adult or a parent of a high school student, what would your advice be to them as far as entering the construction field?
Well, I remember when I was in high school and, you know, taking shop classes and doing those kind of things, you learn a lot about how to take care of your own home. So that's a basic. But more importantly for us as it relates to business, we need to get the younger students involved early to understand that there's opportunity in the building business, in the building industry, and that you can make a great living doing it.
Sure. Well, I hope that your business continues to thrive. I appreciate you coming on today's show and giving us a quick taste of what it's like to be in the construction field.
Thanks, Stu. It's been my pleasure.
Stick around. We'll learn more about career opportunities in the building trades next. So far in today's show, we've been learning why now is a great time to enter the building trades. So let's continue with more members from the Madison Area Builders Association. Oh, this is a beautiful home. I was impressed on the outside, equally impressed on the inside. I love the open floor plan.
Yeah, isn't it great? We're on the west side of Madison. This is our Monterey model and a really popular design.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, very family friendly, nice open floor plan. Now, what is your role at Tim O'Brien Homes?
Well, for Tim O'Brien Homes, I handle all the marketing. We're actually building throughout Madison and Milwaukee areas.
Okay, so it's probably pretty busy. And when we talk about careers in the building industry, somebody might not think of the importance of marketing, but very important.
Definitely. When you think of home building, you think of the guys in the field, you think of our trade partners, but we really actually need individuals. We are bringing innovation into Tim O'Brien Homes. We are looking for architects. We're looking for 3D modelers. There's just a wide array of opportunity in the home building industry that I don't think individuals think of.
Exactly, and I mean, the marketing side is just one facet of it. And you touched on your trade contractors and your partners in home building. I mean, we know it's challenging finding young adults coming in. But you're really taking the lead with some of the programs that your company in particular is offering to young adults.
Yes, definitely. We try to take the lead. One, we do career outreach where we go to the local colleges to find skilled laborers. We also partner with our trade partners, and we do, for example, a high school program where we give students the opportunity to do hands-on labor, hand-on building a new home. Yep. You know, from everything from the survey to electrical, to masonry, to plumbing, so they can really experience. And it's been very successful because some of our trade partners have actually hired students from internships, and they've also grown throughout their organization. So that is just one way that we try to educate students on the opportunities for skilled labor.
Sure, and it's not only educating the students and showing them what it's all about and there are career opportunities, it's their parents as well, and saying that, hey, there's nothing wrong with getting into the trades. You can make a good living at it, can't you?
No, and it's funny you mention that because as part of the school program, we do what's called a Construction 101. So before the walls go up, the drywall goes up, we have the parents come with their students so they can see what they've done for the past couple of months, what they've built from the ground up. So it's really great. The students speak and tell us of their experience and what they've learned. Great sense of pride.
Do you see them just beaming?
They are beaming. And then they're also focusing on an area that they like. So one individual might talk about, I want to be an electrician because I like this, this, and this.
Sure.
So just the exposure, and that's what we, as Tim O'Brien Homes and other leading builders in the industry are trying to do, is to do outreach programs to educate individuals of how valuable, and from a financial gain, from growing within an organization, that the building trade industry can provide.
Well, it sounds like you love what you do.
Oh, I love what I do. Actually, I was the third employee with Tim O'Brien Homes and have seen the growth of the organization and just the extension of the partnerships that we've had too.
Well, it's great to hear, and right now what I want to do is catch up with Anna from Kalish Masonry. They're one of your fine subcontractors. I'm going to find out their role in the process. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
You know, Anna, I just love stonework and masonry in general on a home. I really think it brings a sense of uniqueness and elegance to most homes out there.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that's nice about masonry is that it almost always, depending on the type of stone and the colors and whatnot, will look different on every home. All the exterior colors that come together. This stone in particular, for example, is a natural thin veneer stone. So if we take a look at the home next door, for example, this is called boral cultured stone. This color is Echo Ridge, and the shapes or the profile is Country Ledgestone. Okay. If we take a look at the home across the street, this is also a boral cultured stone. The color is Echo Ridge, but the profile or the shapes is called Southern Ledgestone.
Oh, so sure. It almost looks a little softer there, a little more rounded, less rugged than the one next door.
It's the same colors, it's just smaller pieces, and it just creates a different look. And as you can see, it doesn't matter what siding color you pick, it's always going to look different on every home.
And you know, when I talk about masonry, I always tell people it's not just the product, it's the actual craftsmen that make it all work. And just looking at this, look at the intricate puzzle here that they put together. And that to me screams of experience. And unfortunately, we're losing a lot of experienced masons that want to pass on their knowledge.
Yes, we are. I was actually just recently appointed the Wisconsin State Chairman for the Mason Contractors Association of America, and one of the top efforts that we're making right now is that workforce development, getting the younger kids involved, making them more aware, and educating them on those future opportunities in construction, but more so for masonry because it's a high-skilled trade. That demand and that need in the future is certainly there.
Sure, you know, when I think about masonry, it's not as much book smart as experience. I mean,
Correct.
It's got to take a long time to learn how to do this correctly.
Yes, absolutely. It is not something that can be taught overnight. It's years and years of the training and just the hands-on experience. And just, you know, you've got block, you've got stone, brick. There's so many different types out there where every installation process is different as well. So all of that takes time, and we're just trying to create that awareness.
Well, I love your enthusiasm, and I really appreciate you coming on today's show and shedding some light on the masonry industry.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Next, we'll learn the traits an experienced builder looks for when adding new members to his home building team. Throughout today's show, we've been learning why now is a great time to consider a career in the building trades. Now let's finish up with longtime Madison area builder Dan Duran to learn what he looks for when hiring new members for his home building team. Well, Dan, this house is looking just beautiful, and you know, when I hear the term parade of homes, this is what I envision, a beautiful custom home. And today it looks to be pretty active around here, especially with all the young kids coming out, all the high school students. I just love listening to you talk to them. It seems to be a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, this is a great event. The Madison Area Builders Association is sponsoring this event, and it's wonderful. It's great for us from an industry standpoint, and it's great for the kids too. They get exposure to a lot of industry leaders, They're getting information on how to apply for a job, the different type of jobs that are available, what opportunities they have in the industry.
Well, I mean, you just look around this room, for instance. I mean, you have drywall, you have electricians, you have flooring, you have cabinetry, kitchens, bathrooms, tile, masonry, roofing. The list goes on and on. Really, the building industry is what drives our economy. And there really is a lot of opportunity out there for employment, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. There's labor positions, there's skilled positions, there's clerical positions, sales positions, mortgage. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Our industry just encompasses so much.
Now, you're a builder, and when people hear the term builder, a lot of people think about a carpenter. But as we're saying here, it goes much deeper than that. I mean, there are so many different positions out there that are available. What are some of the traits you're looking for in the subs that build your team? Because after all, you're really the captain of the team.
Some of the traits I look for in whether it be an employee or a subcontractor, personality is important to me. You've got to get along with the rest of the group. We're a team, and the team has to be able to work together. And look at the skills that they have and the background. What have they done? A lot of times, if I'm hiring like a carpenter, a younger person for the carpenter, I'll look what type of sports they participated in. You know, if they participated in sports in high school. Really? I love wrestlers. Sure. Love wrestlers. You know,
Why is that?
They like to work.
So they like to work with their hands. They're strong. Yeah. But is it fair to say that even if you weren't an athlete, but you have a willingness to work hard and learn, yes, you can be successful in the construction industry?
Work ethic is everything. You don't have to have a background of physical labor. I mean, you could, if you've got somebody that's got good grades, that I talk to the teacher and they worked hard on their studies and everything like that, that's what we're after. We're after somebody that's willing to make a commitment to what they're going to be doing on a daily basis. Sure. Show up for work. You know, that's important. You know, you got to be there. You're a team. You got to participate as a team. You can't leave the rest of the group hanging. You know, if you're supposed to be there, you got to be there. That's all part of it.
And what I've found with my experience in the trades is one of the wonderful things is mentorship and the passing on of knowledge from all these older skilled professionals, the ones that we're ultimately going to lose.
Yeah. A lot of the skilled guys are in that position. You know, they're thinking not too far down the road that they're going to be retiring. And a lot of those guys would love to mentor people, bring in some new blood and show them how to do it right. Because that's important. That's important to a lot of these older folks, that it's done right. It shows the finished product that they do. You can see. If you know what you're looking for, you can see that skill in there.
Yeah, I noticed your masons out front. And, you know, I say that there are two types of masons. There's production masons, but there are also artisans. And artisans are really what set custom homes apart.
Yeah, and with masons, we talk about masons, masonry work is kind of like puzzle work, especially with stone. You know, you're starting out with this pile of rubble, and you got to make it into a finished product. You know, and they're picking out pieces and looking and everything. You have to have the imagination to see that, yeah, that's a piece that's going to fit there.
Yet they learned that trade from somebody before their time that passed along that knowledge, those tips of the trade. And if I'm a viewer watching today's show and we're talking about how we're running out of skilled trades, men and women, ultimately, what does that mean if we do eventually run out or they become scarcer and scarcer? In your opinion, what's that going to mean to our communities?
Well, it's hard for builders like myself. You know, we're a custom home builder, and we need people like that. And if we lose those artisans, then we're not able to be as creative as what we are. So that pool shrinks down. We have to pay more to have the work done because there's fewer people. It takes longer. It will hurt the industry to lose a lot of that.
Sure. Well, let's hope we can get the word out there, get a lot of young adults to take interest and to take the initiative to make a career in the home building trade. Because after all, beautiful homes are what make our quality of life better and our communities strong. So thank you for coming on today's show.
Thank you.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Today's Home Remodeler television network.